is Season 3, Episode 7, A Strange Vacation. After what happened with Eva, Mrs. Hart felt like they could do with a nice vacation and found a hotel they could stay in a few miles away from their town. She let Mia come, of course. The only thing was Huston. He was still pretty young, but they couldn't find a babysitter, mostly because most of the town couldn't know about their secret, and he couldn't stay with one of Eva's friends because their parents were home, apart from Ian's, that is, but Mia still didn't completely trust him, so they had to take him with them. The only problem with that is he couldn't shapeshift yet, so they were going to have to hide him when they get to the hotel until they get to their room. Once they arrived, they put Huston in Mia's suitcase with it opened a bit so he could breathe, and they checked in and got to their room. Not bad, Mia thought, looking around, and took Huston out. Remember, we can't let him leave this room, Mrs. Hart warned. If there came a moment they would have to leave Huston by himself for a bit, she would put up the Do Not Disturb sign so no one would come in. That moment did have to come since they had to go get some dinner. Mia told Huston to stay, and Eva's mum put the sign up and they went to eat, and then brought leftovers back for Huston. The only problem was when they entered, he was nowhere to be found. "Oh, Huston," Mia moaned, and they went to look for him, and Mia found him eating from the buffet in the restaurant. Luckily, no one noticed him since they were enjoying their dinner. "Huston, come," Mia whispered, just loud enough for him to hear, and he obeyed, and she picked him up and proceeded to sneak back to their room. But then Huston noticed the room service cart was still on dinner and went to feast on it. "Huston, no," Mia called out, but before she could reach him, one of the workers noticed him and screamed. "Ah, what is that thing?" he asked, and then the woman at the desk noticed him and panicked at the same time. Even her mum arrived, but before they could do anything, the staff managed to grab him and put him in a pet carrier. "You call pest control," the desk lady ordered one of the workers. "What do we do?" Mia wondered. "We can't exactly go up to them and say he's with us. That would raise too many questions," Eva said. "I have an idea," her mum said, and whispered it to them. Before the worker could get on the phone to pest control, Eva walked up to him. "Excuse me, but I have questions about this hotel. Like, how many floors are there? Did you ever have anyone famous stay here? How much do you get paid? Did you ever have a water problem here? How many stars is this hotel exactly? What are the main reviews?" Eva kept asking question after question, not letting him answer one. The lady behind the desk could see she was just going to have to call them herself, but before she could put in their number, Eva's mum walked up to her. "Excuse me, but I would like to make a few complaints," she said. "Sorry, ma'am, but could it wait? I need to make an important call," she asked. "No, it can't," Mrs. Hart replied, and continued on. "The AC in my room is too noisy. I'm having trouble with the Wi-Fi. There's a weird smell in there like someone died. The bed's too lumpy. You can hardly see a thing out of my windows if there's too much dust. And I ordered a cocktail to be delivered to my room an hour ago," she said. And as she was saying all that and getting the other workers' attention, Mia sneaked past to Huston's cage. "I'm sorry, ma'am. I'll make sure everything's taken care of just after she was saying, but then noticed Mia take Huston out of his cage. "Hey, get away from that thing! Don't touch it," she said, walking towards Mia. "Hurry, Huston, go," Mia whispered, but he couldn't get out of the lobby. He just managed to get to Eva, then had an idea. He signalled to Eva to pick him up, and when she did, Mia noticed his eyes changed, and to her surprise knew what was happening and got Eva's mum out of range. "What were we doing?" the lady asked, and the others seemed confused, and Mia took off with Huston before anyone could see him, and Eva and her mum quickly followed after telling them that they were just seeing if they were enjoying their stay, and Eva's mum asked for the cocktail she supposedly asked for an hour ago. Why not treat herself, she thought. "Whoa, that was amazing," Eva said when they were back in their room. "I don't even know how he did that. We don't develop that until we're older," Mia said, surprised. "Well, like you said, we all learn at different times," Eva said. A few minutes later, Huston stayed with Mrs. Hart this time while Eva and Mia went to have some fun. The next day, Eva took Mia hang gliding since she figured she would love it, since she would be able to fly without feeling herself. wasn't quite the same, but Mia still loved it and wondered how long it would take us to shake ships so we can have fun with them out in the open. This he can hypnotize a skill developed early, alright? The end. Hope you enjoyed.